Hello and welcome to Educating Spokane. I'm Kevin Morrison and I'll be your moderator for the evening. Tonight we're taking a closer look at several items impacting Spokane Public Schools. We'll discuss the new district tool is using to engage in community. We'll tell you how we're expanding our portfolio of options and give an update on construction that's happening throughout the district. We'll also be taking your questions. Call the number on your screen, send us an email or text us at es@ksbs.org. Please be sure to share your name and phone number in case time doesn't permit us to address your specific issues. Our guests from Spokane Public Schools Board of Directors are Board President Dr. Jeff Bierman.
Thanks, Kevin.
Director Sue Chapin.
Hi, Kevin.
Hello. And Superintendent of Spokane Public Schools Dr. Shelley Redinger.
Good evening.
Thank you all for being here tonight. First up, let's discuss this new communication tool that the district has started using, ThoughtStream. Dr. Bierman, what exactly is ThoughtStream and how is Spokane putting it to use, Spokane Public Schools?
Well, honestly, I think ThoughtStream is one of the coolest new things that we've been doing this year. I really like it. And the idea, I think that we've struggled as a district to really be able to connect with a lot of our community members and get ideas from them, get good feedback from them, and really get new ideas on the table for us to consider. And I think ThoughtStream does an amazing job of that. It's many parents and families have probably already gotten emails and hit up to share some thoughts through ThoughtStream. And it's a real cool venue. People get to send ideas in, and then those ideas get kind of cycled through next rounds for people to hear from. It's a really cool platform for those new ideas to come from community members, family members, students even, staff, everyone connected to our system, and for other people to then comment on those and find out which ones are resonating, which ideas are important, as opposed to us just thinking we know what people are doing. I think it's going to be a wonderful tool for us to be able to use over the next couple of years, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about what our community is thinking that we're hearing through that.
Great. Superintendent Redinger, why did the district feel that this was a necessary step?
Well, we really believe that we needed to do more two-way communication. There was a lot of one-way surveys and not a lot of two-way, and where we get the information and then we go back out and get even more information and fine-tune it and refine it. And we really are working on being more and more transparent as well. So having ThoughtStream at every site and at the district level will help us with that.
And how's the community response been that you've heard? I know you've been out at a lot of the schools lately. How's the response been?
Very positive. The community likes that they have a chance to give input, and what we found is that the majority of the responses have been from the community and from parents, and we're very excited about that. So actually thousands of responses.
Yeah. Great. Director Chapin, what are we learning so far up to date?
Oh, we're learning a lot. I mean, there's been so much information. Right now it's hard for me to come up with specific topics, but the board receives all this information. So for instance, now as we head forward into budget planning for the upcoming school year, we're much more aware of what the public sees as important, what the public would like to see that we aren't doing. It just helps us make good decisions for the kids of our area. So it's fantastic. It's a lot more input than we've ever had, and I think it makes it a lot easier for people to give us input. You know, in the past we'd have public forums at various points in the city, and it's hard for families to physically go to a meeting in the evening because of, you know, family commitments, dinner, whatever, things like work schedules. And this is a way people can connect directly with us. And the questions, I think, have been very well done. They're really open-ended. We're not just asking questions that only give people one or two options for answers. You know, they're saying, what are we doing well?
And I think that has been kind of the power behind it. Is it is a two-way conversation that is happening, really.
It's really good. It's very helpful to us as the board.
I really like that instead of it, I mean, like you were talking about, as opposed to some of the forums or things that maybe we've done in the past, it's really very open-ended. Instead of saying to people, what do you think of this, or what do you think of this, we're really getting to ask, what's on your mind? What are you interested in? What are your concerns? And getting that really the community's ideas as opposed to just getting feedback from the community on the district's ideas. I just think it's really amazing. I'm looking forward to getting to hear more and more. I think we've just scratched the surface on what we can learn and better engage from our community with through ThoughtStream.
Agree.
And then what's next? I understand there's another ThoughtStream survey that is tentatively scheduled for this fall?
Right. For this fall, as we're looking at our facilities, we're getting near the end of a 20-year plan, and we really are looking at extending that and changing it a little bit. And we really need to hear from the community on our facilities going forward. And so we'll be putting a thought stream together that asks questions about our facilities.
Great. Great. Well, thank you. And if you'd like to take part in the next ThoughtStream survey, visit the web address that's on your screen at this time and register as a key communicator, because that is where they'll be getting the addresses on for the upcoming ThoughtStream. So moving on to our next topic, the Spokane Public Schools Department of Innovation is in charge of developing a portfolio of school options for our district. To give you a general sense of what this means, we prepared a little video, so take a look at this.
Here at the Department of Innovation, our mission is to provide all Spokane Public School families access to a variety of high-quality school choices in public education. How do we do this? Through the portfolio approach, which encourages new ideas to flourish while supporting the growth of innovative programs already in existence. The portfolio approach pieces together a more flexible school model dedicated to improvement within our school district. Urban districts across the country have recognized that the portfolio strategy dramatically affects student success rates for one simple reason. A one-size-fits-all approach doesn't work for some learners. By creating a portfolio of more diverse options, and by developing an equitable enrollment system, we're responding to the voice of our community. So what are some of our school options? We currently offer parent co-ops such as Apple and Tech, Discovery Learning Choices, think Montessori, project-based learning at the community school, and blended learning options like On Track Academy. We have teams of educators considering other proven programs too, such as international education, a language learning school, and more STEM and arts options. The Department of Innovation is also overseeing the inclusion of charter schools within the SPS portfolio and creating a common enrollment process to allow all families access to our entire range of options. Spokane Public Schools understands the need to bring a variety of school choices to our families. That's why the Department of Innovation is dedicated to strengthening our current range of options while continuing to look for new ones. Find out more about the SPS portfolio and keep up to date on what's happening in the Department of Innovation. Visit spokaneschools.org/innovation.
We're joined now by Department of Innovation Director Jeanette Vaughn, who's here to give us a bit more about the Spokane Public Schools portfolio of options. Welcome, Jeanette.
Thank you, Kevin. Glad to be here.
Now, the video gives us a great 30,000-foot view of what the Department of Innovation does. Can you kind of get us down into the weeds a little lower?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So the portfolio approach is a really intentional strategy about district and really community improvement. And it really fits nicely with our district's overall strategic plan. So one of the components is community engagement, and you've just been talking about ThoughtStream. That's wonderful. High degree of accountability. There's 7 different components to the portfolio, but our department is really focused on providing options for families. What we have learned through ThoughtStream, through past year's surveys, through getting out into the community, is that our families are really looking for more choices. And we have a number of choices already, and we're looking to develop more. And so our department has the distinct honor of working with schools in helping to incubate new ideas, research best practices, and put them into place.
Great. Director Chapin, why did the school board decide to move towards this particular option model?
Well, because we had heard from various members of our community over the past few years that they wanted different ways for their children to be educated, and these are public schools. We listen to our community, and you know, I think probably the one that most of the Spokane is familiar with is our large Montessori program, but we didn't want that to be our only option. And over the past 10 years, our district, because of state funding of education, we've had to cut programs, and now we're in a position where the funding is starting to improve and our district enrollment is growing, And so we're looking at now, with better funding than we've had in the past, what can we add to our district that makes, that provides for different ways for kids to learn and meets the requests and the desires of our families.
Kind of one size doesn't fit all.
One size doesn't fit all, and it shouldn't, you know. Even within a family, two children aren't the same. They can be completely different. And so when you look at a group of 30,000 students, you know that there are different ways to meet kids' needs.
Yeah, I think we really found that was, I mean, that's one of the reasons for moving in a different direction was we used to be a district that had a big one-size-fits-all approach by and large, and that wasn't working for a lot of kids and a lot of families. We had problems with students really being engaged as well as what we wanted them. A lot of people leaving the system and dropping out. And one of the things that helped those kids re-engage and improve performance and graduate, which we're proud of, were a lot of different programs we were putting in for people, trying to deliver programs that aligned well with what kids' interests were, how kids wanted to learn, different platforms, different environments. And it works well there. It works well throughout the entire spectrum of achievement in our schools. And that's really what we're trying to work towards now is really have an environment, have a learning community, have a program that'll engage each kid and get them excited about being in school and looking forward to what they're going to do afterwards.
Yeah, very good. So Jeanette, tell me, what are some of the options that parents will have for this coming fall that are different than the traditional classroom?
Well, we've had a number of options already, and I think that some families maybe just didn't know about them. We've had Montessori for 20-some years, and we've had our tech program and Apple, which are parent co-ops, the New Tech Skills Center. We have CTE courses. We have On Track Academy. We have the IST program at North Central. So we do have a number of option programs already, and part of our work is to help them strengthen and sort of build their programs out and market it. It's amazing to me how many families really don't know about our options that we currently have. So we have a number of options that I just mentioned for the upcoming school year, and then we're planning things for the fall of 15.
Great. And Dr. Redinger, how does a charter school, I know Spokane Public Schools is the first charter authorizer in the state, how does the charter school fit into this model?
Well, charter in the portfolio of school districts around the nation, charter is one of the components or options within the portfolio. And so we did authorize, the school board did authorize Pride Prep to be open fall of 2015. And so that offers another alternative learning experience and a choice for families.
And then the core knowledge.
Oh, yeah, core
schools.
knowledge, yes.
Those will
yes.
be open this fall.
This fall, we have
Yeah.
two elementary schools starting a new curriculum called Core Knowledge, and it's Longfellow and Balboa Elementaries, and we're very excited. I was able to actually sub in one of the classrooms and teach a little of the Core Knowledge curriculum that they've been piloting or field testing this year. And the knowledge, amount of knowledge the students had about the Civil War, I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. And their excitement for learning. And the teachers were telling me that the reading levels of the students have just grown exponentially.
Great. Jeanette, how can the public find out more about the option district, and what options are available?
We have a Department of Innovation webpage off the homepage on the district site. So definitely check that out. We have a number of videos, one of which you just saw, but there are other PowerPoints and videos and handouts. We've been trying to go out into the community, and so the next one will be on June 9th at SAC at 5:30, and we'd love to have the community come out and learn about our options. And then you'll hear more in the fall about different options as we develop an enrollment system for the following school year.
But I think it's important for families to look into it now, because if you're considering, you know, your student is not limited to the neighborhood school, you know, the neighborhood that you live in. Obviously, you can go to that neighborhood school, and we think all of them are wonderful. But again, some people prefer just different choices. And if you're thinking of transferring your student into a school that's outside of your attendance area, you should be looking into that now. Because we're planning for staffing and enrollment at the various sites.
Right.
Great. Well, thank you very much on that one. Let's get an update on the district's bond planning process. President Bierman, can you give us a sense on where we at in the current process? I know that 2009, the voters overwhelmingly approved a bond as part of the 25-year plan that the board has given direction to. And so we're nearing the end of that 6-year cycle. We're coming up on 2015, so we must be pretty busy this summer.
Yeah, I mean, we've made pretty good headway on the 2009 projects, I think. You know, we've had some projects that have turned out just great. You know, Westview School, Ferris is coming to a completion. We've been having a lot of groundbreakings now recently too, starting the last of the projects that were approved under that bond plan, the 2009 one that was approved. We've had the Finch groundbreaking, Salk Middle School, Hutton coming up. Right?
Yes, Hutton, next week.
Yeah, next week. So those projects are going well, and in fact, it's been such a good experience, I think, for us construction-wise. We've been able to save a lot of money on the projects compared to what we thought, and have been able to add in some extra projects as well, working ahead on some things at North Central, in addition to all the annual capital programs that are going on in the schools, and you know, a project here and there to get schools the things they need to keep moving along and keep those schools running for the duration that we want them to be able to last. But it is true, we're now coming up on that stage of planning for our next phase and what our infrastructure needs are, which schools are next on the list, need to have work done substantial or smaller capital projects, and where we need to head. You know, we'll probably be going out to the community very soon with information about that and asking for more support again.
We've got over 50 buildings in the district, and you know, some people may remember when North Central was built or the former Ferris High School and think, oh, we're working on those already. But you know, when you consider you've got almost 2,000 kids going up and down those halls and in and out the doors every single day, wear and tear on buildings is significant. We're trying to be very good stewards of your public buildings and keep them up to date and in good repair.
Been doing a lot of safety work as well over the last couple of years, and in addition to just specific safety projects, but for instance, the new Ferris School, with the format that it had before with all the doors, ingress, egress, students coming in and out of every building, and now we've been able to do away with those problems and now have a real campus feel within a building without having all the students going in and out of doors open and stuff. So, you know, big projects like that, little projects are making students safer, staff safer, and giving us more control.
It's easy to see, you know, from the outside. Some people may think that what we're doing is cosmetic, but it's not. There's a lot that's going on inside the buildings, like Dr. Bierman said, for security, but to support technology too. So kids are able to learn to use the latest technology and learn with that, so they're prepared for the next phase in life.
So, Director Chapin, on that, what is the school district? How do we prepare for a school bond? I understand that, as Dr. Bierman had mentioned, that there is a study going on now. So when does the public kind of get an idea of specifically what is going to be happening on the next 6 years?
Well, we're going to ask the public. You know, we're going to present some recommendations, but right now with the groundwork that's going on is a careful inspection and survey of every building in the district to see what the needs are, because what we did before the last bond, the needs may have changed, and we want to make sure, you know, what we're doing is the right thing with taxpayer dollars, meets the needs of the community and the kids. So there's a lot going on right now to prepare for that.
Great.
Yeah.
Plus trying to plan around new directives from the legislature too, around class sizes and just what our buildings need to be structured and organized like. It's more than even just looking at the condition our buildings are in, but looking at how well suited they are for the type of programs the legislature is expecting us to deliver, and those are going to be things we have to think about, plan for, and really consider as trade-offs on what we can and can't do, what buildings we need to have other projects in, I think.
Well, and I think probably, hopefully what the public has heard about is the legislature talking about funding for decreased class size in the lower grade levels, and that's really exciting. You know, we would like to see those smaller class levels, but what that means from a facility standpoint is if you have the same number of kids, but the classes are smaller, you need more classrooms. And like in our district right now, where those grade levels, the enrollment is actually growing, we have to plan for many more classrooms to meet that need. So it's big.
And as kind of a reversal, our district is growing. Enrollment is growing throughout our district.
We were on the downturn for a while. You know, families kids were graduating, they weren't being replaced by new kids, but now we're on the other end. The pendulum is swinging the other direction, and we're seeing our enrollment go up, especially in the lower grades, and we know that'll move forward towards high school.
And as Dr. Bierman had pointed out, there's some safety and security measures going. Those are always on everyone's mind. Seems to me there's always a new issue popping up too frequently these days. And we're piloting several different solutions to help with that, besides the money we've already invested heavily in our cameras and other resources.
So single points of entry with more of a vestibule model where community or parents or individuals visiting would come in and check in beforehand. So those are just some things that we found out in our security audit, and so we're piloting some of those models before we invest major construction dollars in remodeling schools or building them differently.
That sounds very exciting for our district.
It is.
Love moving forward. Now it's time to take some of your questions. And I'll start, someone had sent in, Brad had asked, I know you were considering an extended school day next year. Why and what was the final decision on that?
Do you want me to answer?
I mean, I'd say one of the main reasons we were looking to extend the school day is we want students to have more instructional time with certificated teachers so that they can meet the expectations that both our community and the state is setting for them, and the expectations our board has for what we expect students to be learning as they come out of Spokane Public Schools. They need more time, and as our standards have changed over a period of time, they just need more time to learn than what I think they've had in the past. So that was one of our main goals. There were other concerns as well. We've had some transportation issues with buses because our elementary, middle school, and high school students' transportation plan for getting students to schools, they're all interlinked because we use the same buses to take kids to elementary and middle school and high school. And because of time schedule conflicts with elementary being less, we've had middle school students waiting for 30, 40 minutes to be able to get their bus home, which just isn't acceptable. So that's a big part of our solution, is trying to get kids, kind of a two birds with one stone thing, get kids in classes for more time with certificated teachers and fix our bus problems. We're still working on it, but we're probably not going to have something in place for the next academic year.
No, we're looking at the start of the 15-16 school year. And you know, in Spokane Public Schools, our elementary school day has been 30 minutes shorter than the majority of elementary schools across the state for, oh boy, long time. Probably too long, actually. Good answer, too long. And so that sounds like something that should be easy to fix, but it's really complicated when you look at the ripple effect of all changing start and stop times for elementary, recognizing that many families have children in elementary, middle, and high school. The reason we use the same buses to transport elementary, you know, a 3-tiered routing system, is because it saves taxpayers money. You know, if we can use the same bus to do all three instead of having 3 different fleets of buses. So, you know, it's a big, there's a lot to balance.
Great.
So to finish up, I guess, the decision is that we're still looking to work on it and address it and do something, but it's not going to be happening for the 14-15 academic year, rather the 15-16 is the goal now.
I'm sure there'll be
And
plenty.
hopefully a plan to roll out early in the
Early,
fall
to
so that
early.
families and schools and everyone is aware of what we're looking to do
Yeah.
and can plan for it.
And make changes to their routines
Yeah.
well in advance of it actually being implemented.
And making sure that that extra 30 minutes at elementary school is valuable 30 minutes. You know, it's important time with teachers and educational content. It's not additional recess.
Good to know.
Yeah.
We have about a minute left or so that we'll try to see if we can answer Samantha's question here. She asked, my child is a senior next year. Will she have to complete a culminating senior project?
That's it. You want to answer that one.
No, she will not. She's certainly welcome to take on more challenging projects and other things to do, but as a graduation requirement for her to be able to receive a diploma from Spokane Public Schools, she will not. We'll be changing our policy over the summer once this year's class is graduated, doing away with the requirement of a culminating project.
And that's statewide. That was a legislative decision.
It used to be a legislative requirement to have
Oh,
the
I see.
culminating project, and so we had one. The state dropped the requirement as a state requirement, leaving it up to individual districts. And our district felt like students have plenty of things to be focusing on outside of the culminating project, and wanted to relieve some of that stress and pressure so that they can focus on some of those other academic activities that they're working on.
Makes great sense.
There will be expectations over the next few years for a higher number of credits to receive their diplomas. So this will help address that and give us some more time and resources to help students meet those expectations.
And that will be the class of 2019. So this year's 7th graders, there will be a 24 credit requirement. So this will give us a chance to focus more on preparing students for that and those requirements. But we'll be getting that information out more and more to parents.
So I hope she doesn't stop being connected to the community, but she's not going to have to do it in order to graduate.
We'll make sure she hears that. How are you planning to roll out the Common Core state standards next year? This is from Jim, whose child goes to Mullen Road.
Well, this isn't something we're just going to start in the fall. We've been doing that with some of the new curriculums that we've been field testing, and now the board has approved. So we have Engage New York for elementary for mathematics, and then we have a new program called Journeys for our English language arts programs. So that's a big part of finalizing the rollout, and we will be taking the Smarter Balanced Assessment, which will actually get results next year. And so we did some piloting of the test, but next year we'll get the results. And so it is well underway, the rollout.
A lot of work has gone into it, and from teachers looking at the textbooks that we've, and then bringing us recommendations to select. I think it's important for people to know Common Core is not a curriculum, it's a set of standards, and then it's the district's responsibility to make sure that the curriculum we provide to students, helps them meet those standards.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Well, that brings us to the end of our time together. Time does move quickly. I want to first thank all of you for joining us this well and participating, all the school board members and Jeanette. Just so you know, this program will run again on Channel 17 at 7 a.m., 10 a.m., and 6 p.m. daily from tomorrow through May 30th. You can also watch this and other Spokane Public Schools programs and videos at spokaneschools.org, as well as on our district YouTube channel. Have a wonderful evening, and thanks again for watching.